Okay, so I'm back. Hello, my loves. Welcome to the Self-Esteem Beauty. Okay, so I know it's been a minute. I'm sorry. February was a month, okay? I didn't adequately plan for February. So please forgive me. Now we know, okay? And we're gonna get consistent going forward. And matter of fact, I'm about to put it on the banner. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yep. Expect your uploads every Tuesday, every Thursday. It's on the banner, so now we gotta fix it. So yes, expect an upload from me every Tuesday and Thursday, going through something related to the concept of the month. In February, we were talking about self-esteem, okay? Now, before it's February 29th. So I got one more video that I need to sneak in, to basically close out the month, and it's a good one. I interviewed my friend Lauren. She is a phenomenal woman. She's an educator by one, so she has a passion for children that I just wish more teachers had, but that's another video for a whole other day. But yes, she has a beautiful, wonderful spirit. I met her in college in the Black Chorus. She has a phenomenal voice. Please go check her out. Her Instagram is Sweet and Low. I will have that tag in the description below. But I really wanted to talk to her because she is someone who I feel like embodies just self-acceptance and self-esteem. She is a curvy plus size model, and when I tell you, like, stunning, okay? And she was one of those people that when I was struggling with my self-image and my body acceptance, I would look at her and be like, dang, what is it that she's tapping into that gives her the confidence to show her curves and the way that she does and to accept herself? And so I really wanted to interview her today. I think that this will bless anyone who is out there struggling with self-acceptance and body image. We talk a lot and we touch on a lot of stuff. I have to cut the video down dramatically, so she may be somebody who pops up on a recurring basis, because there's a lot that we need to touch on. So I pray that you guys enjoy this video. Please comment below, let me know your thoughts. Please remember to like, comment, and share. Okay, I'm about to start getting consistent, and so I want this to blow up because I really want this message of self-love and self-development and self-esteem to get out to the world. So please support. If there's anything that you like in this video, please share it to somebody who you feel like can benefit from it, and let me know what you guys want to see. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this interview, and I'll be back with another video. All right, bye-bye. February is Self-Esteem Series, and so the whole time I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about and like who I wanted to interview. People who I felt like exhibited great self-esteem. I was just like, I love how Lauren puts herself out there unapologetically. And I'm like, how did she get this confidence,
I think more recently, like in the last year or so, I've been very transparent about the types of things that I've done, the types of things I've gone through, the self-development that was necessary to become this transparent. I mean, everything from relationships to the way I view social media, like everything has very much shifted. At the end of the day, confidence for me has everything to do with, accepting that I'm not living for everybody else's approval. And, no matter what, like whatever situations you've been through, comparisons, indirect comparisons. Let me say that, indirect comparisons. Because people say, oh, I've never compared you, but when you look at certain things or you look at certain situations, you're like, but you wanted that.
Yeah.
Or but you compared me to that, or you said something about this, or you made a very distinct comparison about me and how I look in this shoe versus how maybe somebody else looks in this shoe. Like, I mean, it could be the smallest things. And at the end of the day, with me in this, I guess, image and calling that I found myself in, I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. This is what God gave me. And, you know, I have to be comfortable with that. And if nobody else is, I'll be okay.
Hey, so you touched on like 500 different things. I read one book this month about self-esteem and what it's comprised of and how you develop it and how you build it and what contributes to it, etc. And so there's this one author that's like talks about the 6 pillars of self-esteem. And so one of them is self-awareness, the other one is self-acceptance, and the other, like there was another one like self-responsibility or something like that. And you touched on like a whole bunch of them to like essentially to say, I'm going to accept who I am, regardless of all the external noise around me, right? And I am going to have confidence in who I am, and I'm going to flaunt who I am, and I'm not going to compare myself to anybody else. Have you always felt that way, or was that something you had to develop?
Absolutely not. As I mentioned before, you know, there are experiences that I've had that have helped me, well, I should say have forced me in a way, not necessarily just helped me, because there were times where I didn't want to accept myself. There were times when I did say, you know what, well, maybe if I was like this, then maybe this wouldn't happen. And to be quite frank and very transparent, it's certain days where, although I am where I am now, it's like you have moments where you slip back and you're like, wait, no, we're not going back that way. We're not comparing ourselves. So, like I said, I've been through many experiences. For one, I started out at a young age. I was pretty shy, to be honest, and my mom put me in dance, and I was very, very, very good at it. And I stuck to it for a long time. But I noticed that dance teachers, and especially in like ballet, they are very strict about body type. And I mean, as a kid, I wasn't like overly heavy. I wasn't super tall, or I wasn't super, super short. But I started to realize things like that self-awareness wasn't a positive self-awareness. It was very negative. And being asked to like hold in certain posture, or to hold in your butt, or to hold in your stomach. And it's like, you know, you start to realize things at an earlier age that maybe, you know, girls who weren't in ballet didn't. And that's not to say that, oh my God, I hate ballet, I don't think girls should do it. But over time, it just made me like have almost like a microscope on myself. And then like fast forward, if I was to say like, oh, I think that modeling would ever have been a part of my life, absolutely not. I'm 5'3". I'm definitely curvier than most. And so anybody saying the word model and my name in the same sentence was like, please stop. So, you know, in terms of like it being an always thing, no. I would just say like comments and things that family have made, comments that people make. Unfortunately, the way that media portrays beauty, the way that men speak on beauty, like those things have all impacted me in positive and negative ways over time. And I mean, I probably have a story for each one of those. But it definitely is a process. It's an ongoing process.
Yeah, because okay, as you grow older, you already have this belief that was already instilled in you. And it was constant. And it's not even just that one situation. It was constant, like, oh, you too this, oh, you too that, you too clumsy, you too slight, you too this. And then you go to school and you have your teachers talking about, oh, you too talkative, oh, you don't have common sense, oh, you this, oh, you that. You know what I mean? I even had a freaking security guard read a note aloud to the class saying that Deanna's the ugliest girl in the class. You know what I mean? So it's like all of that stuff is constantly reaffirming to me. I go into high school, now I'm believing it for myself. So when you believe something for yourself, now the world believes it about you, you know? So now it's like, okay, they reaffirming the fact that I'm ugly, quote unquote, right. You know? So it's like, it's not only that my parents said it and the teacher said it, other people are saying it too, you know? It must be true. But the thing is, it's not. It's like at some point you have to take the self-responsibility to say, I reject everything that has been spoken over me, and I'm going to accept that I am beautiful. You know, then it's like with every single decision that we make, there's like, it all comes down to how do you feel about yourself, you know? Self-esteem is at the core of whether you're big, small, especially with the rise of social media. I just feel like it's so important to talk about these things and like create that dialogue, because everybody's suffering in silence. I just like realized and dawned on me, you know, different indicators that your self-esteem is not where it should be, you know, because mine wasn't where it should be until recently, right? Because I did all this work to get myself to this point, because I wasn't blessed with this super affirming environment, you know, and a lot of us aren't. So it's like we need to do that work. And some people may not even feel like there's work to be done. But if you're scrolling on social media and you see somebody's body and you're like, ooh, I'm jealous, I want that body, there's some self-esteem that needs to be built up, because essentially what that means is if somebody makes you feel some type of way because of their success or their achievements or something positive about that person, that means that you feel inadequate about yourself. But if you look at somebody inspirational and you're like, oh my God, like that's contagious, like good for her, I'm here for it, like that means that I could do it too, you know, that's the high sense of self, because you're looking at it as, oh shoot, like somebody done set the bar for me to, you know, move into it too, because I can move into it, I can do these things, I am, you know, I'm sufficient within myself that somebody else's greatness does not conflict or degrade mine. And so I feel like essentially it's harder sometimes for people who are like in our position, you know, where our bodies are not the standard. And some people are out there who feel hopeless, right? There's some people who are out there that's like, oh, I'm not skinny, I'm trying to be skinny, you know, I'm trying to attain this ideal quote unquote body type, and I can't, no matter what I do, no matter how I try. And I don't know if a man's gonna love me, whether it's my dad, whether it's my friends, whether it's my brother, whether it's a significant partner. I don't know if I'm gonna have that if I don't achieve this.
Yeah.
What do you say to that person?
Well, I think there's a part of us that have all been there. And maybe not necessarily to the point where we're hopeless, but to the point where we consider what that would be like. And like, even if you think about, I do this exercise with like my students. I say, write a letter to yourself at the end of the year. Like, write a letter as if you achieve goals, or write the letter congratulating yourself so that you can kind of speak it into existence. Because I know that during the year or during the process, it's not going to feel that easy. Yeah. And so when you do get to that point, whether you have achieved those specific goals or not, like, you're still giving yourself joy that came from you. But like last night I said a prayer about, I think it was the vaguest prayer I've ever said. And it was just like, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything I've been through. Thank you for the hatred I felt for myself, or thank you for the mistakes that I've made. Thank you for my ability to walk. Thank you for my ability to hold things. Like, some of the things that we really
Take
beat
for granted.
ourselves over the
Mhm.
head about are things that are taken for granted. And at the
Mhm.
end of the day, if you start to look at yourself and as your body as more than something that appeases other people, and think of it from its basic
Yeah.
functions, you
Yeah.
start to have a different appreciation for yourself.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
good. Cause what really started to turn in the tide for me is when I just started being grateful for my hardships. Like I used to feel resentment for them. I used to be like, this is not fair.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm so much far behind, where my friends are because I'm working through things that they never had to work through. And at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I was like, Deanna, that's your blessing. You know what I mean? Like, you get a chance to work through things most people haven't. So now you're in a
Hmm.
unique position to help and speak to those people who are marginalized and give them that type of help,
Hmm.
hope, or a different perspective to help them through whatever they're going through. And not even just those people,
Hmm.
but the people who are may not have gone through all the crazy comments and stuff that I may have gone through growing up, but just to help those people that don't even realize, oh, I
Yeah.
struggle with, self-esteem to some capacity. I may not be all the way on this end of the spectrum, but I'm not where I need to be either. And if I can
Yeah.
give some perspective to help those people get to where they need to be, it's
Hmm.
a blessing. All the stuff that I went through, you went through, etc. And
Yep.
so, yeah. So thank you so much. I didn't want to take
Of
too much of
course.
your time, but
Oh, that's okay.
I wanted to first, before I let you go, I want you to just talk about your Instagram, where people can find you, how people can support you, what you're currently doing, where your goals, and all of that stuff.
So, on Instagram, my handle is at sweet, the letter NLO _ notes. So sweet and low
Mm-hmm.
notes. That's my business page. It's all about my modeling, my singing, anything in arts and entertainment. I'm also an educator, so you'll probably see some education memes and things like that, because that is
Mm-hmm.
something that I've been passionate about the last few years and like to share and promote. Like my shirt, it says Black
Black
Teachers
teachers.
Matter.
Yes.
Um, and I'm thinking about actually extending this to my clothing line, which is also a part of Sweet and Low. But yeah, my website is thelaurenlow.com. I try to keep that updated as much, as possible. I'm gonna try to get that blog going again, with low rights,
Mm-hmm.
and talk about some of these topics that I've been sharing with you, because I'm very, very, very invested in that. I'm invested in my progression, and I'm
Yeah.
also invested in the progression of especially women in society, because so many times we're just told to like put a band-aid on it and just act like you're okay. And at the end of the day, some things still need to change, and I think that would help. But if that change has to start with us first, then I want to be a part of that movement.